Yes, let me even start sharing.
Yes, so please start sharing. You can start sharing, then use that his flyer as the first this thing.
Okay, come on, to open down the thing. Oh. Please send it for me on WhatsApp. Let me quickly download it. I don't have it on my laptop. It's on my
I should
phone.
send what?
The image on WhatsApp. I don't have it on my phone.
You're in
On
the
my
group now.
system. Okay, let
So I
me
want to should I should send it via email.
no, just the picture for the man lecturing today, just his image on WhatsApp. I
You
don't
want me
have
to
it
send
on
it
my
via email?
no on WhatsApp if you can.
Okay.
It's just so that I have it on my phone. It's not on my system and I don't want to start going scrolling through plenty charts to look for it.
I've sent it.
Thank you, I've seen it.
Technologia.
Mr. Black, I sent an application for one grant. So in case you receive an email, because I don't get notifications for GSI email on my phone unless I access it through my laptop. So just in case you get an email, I sent an application.
No wahala.
Yeah. But we might not even get accepted because they are not funding Nigeria projects. But I tried to convince them sharing the email. So maybe I'm hopeful.
Okay, so we're about to start having students coming. Is there anything that we should do?
I don't think so. You say you are streaming already, so I want to share the image now. So I don't think there's anything. Can you see the image?
Victor is the facilitator in class so that we can Oga, come Oga, the image of your okay, the facilitator is in class. Let me make him host, co-host. Well, welcome, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof, for being very prompt. Welcome. So students will start joining now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. Good evening, Prof. Welcome.
Good evening.
We'll be starting at exact time. Then we'll have one of our partners speak for 10 minutes. Then we'll hand over to you, sir.
Okay.
So good evening, Prof, and good evening, everyone. We'll start in a minute's time.
Okay, good evening, sir.
All right, so hello everyone. Good evening. I believe everyone can hear us. Once again, we want to appreciate Professor Lucius Bamayi for being with us again for the second session of the week. We appreciate you so much, Prof, for what you're doing. We say thank you to all our participants and the farmers available. We also appreciate your tenacity on ensuring and following us through this journey for farm food safety compliance across the agricultural value chain. So once again, welcome to class. So what we'll do is quickly introduce Prof. I'm going to read through his profile. Yeah. So everybody, please you can give me attention before we call on our partners. I don't know if our partners are available. Are they with us already? If they are with us, let's have them before I introduce Prof. But if they are not, let me do the introduction. So please, our partners available here?
Because yeah, Victor, let me take it up from here briefly before we go ahead.
All right then.
All right. Good evening and welcome everyone to class. Thank you for all of you that have been always early to class and prompt. I sincerely appreciate. So today is class 8. Please, can we mute ourselves? Today is class 8 and Prof is already here in class. I'm waiting to dish out knowledge to us. And I want to sincerely thank you, Professor Lucius, for coming on this class. And I must state it here that he is here on a volunteer basis, based on his love and his passion for developing agriculture in Nigeria. We thank you so much. We will be reintroducing him. He taught us in the last class. We'll be reintroducing him again for those that probably were not around during the introductions. But before we continue, we will be doing our partner spotlights, and we will be introducing one of the partners that has made this event, this project successful. But before we go there, I just want to always quickly do a quick introduction of the project that you are here in. First and foremost, this project is brought to you by GSAI, that is Growth for Sustainable Agriculture Initiative. So this is an NGO that is focused on supporting African farmers to adopt sustainable practices, support African farmers to be able to produce better, to be able to make more out of their farming enterprise. And we do this using various methods. We do it through training, we do it through capacity development, we do it in various projects. Last year, we carried out a Green Careers Advocacy project where we were trying to encourage more young people to join agriculture. And why did we do that? If we have more young people joining agriculture with innovation, with creativity, with energy, with zeal, we will be able to support and get more farmers. We'll be able to support even the rural farmers. More solutions will be coming out. More innovations will come out, and the people that are already farming will begin to practice better ways of farming. So, to this year, we initiated the 2025 World Food Safety Commemoration Project, which is where you are today. This project seeks to commemorate World Food Safety Day, which is usually 7th of June every year. This year, we are doing 3 things to commemorate the World Food Safety Day. We are doing the 8 weeks virtual training, which you are part of, and today is class 8. We are training farmers on farm food safety compliance, and the essence is to get farmers to learn how to produce better, to learn how to produce healthy and safe food for both local and export consumption. Of course, after the virtual training, we have a second component of the project, which is the the food safety field day and farm tour. The food safety field day and farm tour. We are going to be going for a physical excursion at one of the most automated, the most automated and mechanized farm in Nigeria. That farm sits on about 100 hectares of land and has all the equipment you can think of, both for crop and for livestock management. The farm is called CSS Farms and is located along Kefi Abuja Express. On the 26th of June, we will be carrying, we will be going with farmers who would have indicated interest. That particular component will be paid for because of the logistics involved. So those that will be able to pay for it will be joining us on an excursion there on the 26th. And then finally, oh, is it only Abuja residents that will go for the excursion? First and foremost, the excursion is not free. The excursion is paid for, and the flyers will go around. So if you are not in Abuja, but you can afford to come down, you can afford to pay for the excursion, then you are very free to join. It is not limited to Abuja residents only, but we understand the cost implication of logistics and all of that. So yes, the excursion is very, very open. It's going to be a very, very wonderful time because you're going to learn, you're going to see things are fresh in a different perspective. You're going to know that there is more to agriculture than just tilling the soil, putting your seed and planting. Okay, then finally, the third component of the project is going to also be the Nigerian Farmers Town Hall Summit, which will be hybrid. We are hosting it physically in Abuja, and it will also be streamed on YouTube and Zoom for others to follow and join up virtually. So that is the project that you are on now, and it is our belief that by the end of this project, we will have at least 1,000 farmers who would have started to adopt sustainable and safe farming practices. That being said, today we are privileged and we are happy to have one of our partners with us who has supported us immensely to be able to carry out this project. And he's going to be introducing their organization, he's going to be introducing their brand for 10 minutes, and probably he will take few questions, but this is not the only time he will be here. He will be here another 2 times. So after now, I'm sure after introducing the solution, most of you will go see it's a digital solution for farmers, but let me not talk much on it. After now, you can go and interface on the app, download it and all of that. And then maybe in the next time he or any representative of his company will come, you may have more questions for him. But today is an introductory session for this partner and the solution that they have. So join me with your digital claps as you welcome Mr. Israel Meshilaye. He is a senior mobile engineer for mobile security and cybersecurity, and he's the founder of Farm Incorporated. It is a registered agricultural company in Canada, but has a digital solution. Gentlemen, participants, in the next few minutes, let us listen to the founder of Farm app. You're welcome, Mr. Israel. Please unmute yourself and take the mic.
Yeah, hi everyone. I don't know if I'm audible enough. It's actually a privilege to be on this platform today, and it's also a privilege to have a session with Prof. Lucius itself. And I want to thank the GSAI team for this opportunity to speak about Farm itself. When you hear Farm product, it's more like a solution that farmers are able to utilize. Okay, yeah, it's more like a solution farmers are able to utilize in maximizing.
Sorry, Mr. Israel. Sorry, Mr.
Okay.
Israel. So the recording just started. I'd like to reintroduce you so that it will be captured in the recording.
All right, that's fine.
Yes. Sorry to everyone. So, okay, we want to welcome our partner who has been very instrumental to this project from the 3 components that we have mentioned. So without wasting our time, since we've already done those introductions, let us welcome Mr. Israel Meshilaye, the founder of Farm app. Thank you, Mr. Israel. Take the mic.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's yeah, I think it's evening over there. And just a little correction is Meshilea, like Meshilea. That's the pronunciation of the name itself. Yeah, so hi everyone once again. I go by the name Israel, the founder of Farm Solution, which is more like a product that is expected to be used by farmers, be it a poultry farmer, crop farmer, livestock farmer. So we have different categories that some farmers can utilize using the farm product itself. Even before we talk about the technology or tools, and let's actually talk about something every successful farm actually depends on, which is around food safety itself. And this is one of the things the products, which is the farm products, covers. Having an understanding around what happened during when you're a crop farmer, what happened when you finally installed or started the growth of your farm products to human consumption? What are the events that are being carried out between this lifespan itself? And if you're a poultry farmer, what happened at the point of egg hatching to the point of consumption itself? These informations are what we get or record on farm products. And one of the interesting things that you can get on the farm product itself is being able to tell if you as a farmer, you are making profit or running at a loss, at least getting an understanding or an idea around what exactly is happening on your farm. You are able to gather all this information. And one interesting thing that I got to put in consideration, that's during the Prof's last class, when it comes to pest control. Using farm products, you're able to tell, like, okay, what are the events that happen before production or for human consumption? You're able to keep track of all these activities. And another interesting thing about farm products is that you can interact with investors. We actually found out that some farmers, they don't have enough capital to run their farm product itself, and investors, they have trust issue. Before an investor can give a farmer, let's say, a particular sum of money, the investor wants to have a trust that, okay, I'm able to trust this farmer. I'm able to trust every of the activity being carried out on this farm itself. What should just happen, or what exactly is expected to be carried out between this investor and the farmer, is to make use of farm products, because the investor is able to monitor every activity that goes on the farm itself. And if you ask me, like, how did we come about the farm solution itself? I myself, I'm actually a poultry farmer. While I was still in Nigeria, I'm a poultry farmer that had to run a quick run out of the country, and I can't just stop the whole process of my poultry farming itself. I just had to, okay, how can I manage this poultry while not on ground at the moment? How can I still monitor every activity that goes on the farm? That's actually better farm products. I'm able to monitor every of the activity that goes on my farm itself, and at least I'm also still maximizing profits. And let me just give a scenario which I experienced 2 weeks ago. We got a vaccine, that's Gumboro vaccination itself. We wanted to apply it to some of our beds, and we realized that where we got this vaccine from, probably the pharmacist, probably something happened along the line due to light issue, and we experienced a Gumboro outbreak on our farm. So if we had had information on what exactly happened, why the vaccine is still with this particular pharmacist, we would have been able to avoid this Gumboro outbreak that happened on our farm 2 weeks ago. So with farm, you're able to gather every information, every activity that happens, so as for you to be able to maximize profits. And one of our tagline is build wealth and not debt. So I believe, since I've been given 10 minutes at this point, is just to give a brief introduction on what exactly you as a farmer or a newbie to the farming industry itself can utilize or enjoy on the farm product itself. And trust me, all you just need to do is you can go on Play Store or App Store. You can even search on web, if you have a browser on your device, you can also search on your mobile browser Farm Inc itself. You will see www.farmapp.com to explore and see how well you can maximize profits as a farmer, because that's the primary goal of every farmer. You should be able to maximize profits instead of running at a loss. So yeah, so I believe with this little the description of what farm is, I believe we are able to have an idea at the moment on what you can get or enjoy on the farm product itself. So I don't know if there's any question that I can quickly attend to, or if there's any need for clarification.
Okay, yes. So someone has said that we should please write the website's name. So you can type it for me. I'll drop it in the chat box, or you can drop in the chat box directly.
Okay.
The website's name for the organization, or yeah, the website name. But like he has mentioned, you can get this on Play Store. Just type Farm on Play Store. Okay, the website is there, farmapp.com. Farmapp.com. So you can check it on the chat. farmapp.com. All right. Also, in the next time when Mr. Israel or a rep of the company is coming, we'll be having a demo session where they will be demonstrating the app. We'll put on the app, and Mr. Israel, I'm sure that can happen. We put on the app and we test some of the features. We show some of the features, a live presentation. Someone is asking, is the app subscription based? Is it free?
Yeah, it's actually free. It's like I said earlier on, I'm also a farmer myself, so I look forward to also making other farmers that are out there enjoy what's based on my own tech experience, enjoy what I'm also enjoying as a farmer and also a tech person.
So yeah, Ms. Usual, thank you so much for the time with us. And if there are more questions, I will also share with you. And if you don't mind, I would want to probably share your email or a social media handle with them for farmers that may have some ideas and may want to contact you directly. So please, you can drop that in the chat box, either a social media handle or your email or any of your contact details you would prefer. Guys, when you sit down and see apps in Play Store, you do not know the owners. GSAI has brought the founder of a digital app, a digital farm management app to you. And this is an opportunity that you should not take for granted. So we will be informing you when next they'll be coming for another 10 minutes demo session with their app. By that time, we hope you have downloaded the app, you have kept your questions, and you are ready to also ask him or ask them some key questions. For now, you're just hearing about it. And this is to let you know that they are in full support of agricultural development in Nigeria. As you can see, he's a Nigerian. He just happens to be operating from outside Nigeria. So his email is on the chat. His Instagram account is on the chat. His email and Instagram is on the chat. So you can pick it from there and discuss with him if you have been looking for how to manage your farm app. So thank you, Mr. Israel, for being here. Thank you for the support you've given to GSAI. Thank you for being part of this project. Okay, there are these questions. Okay, someone has posted here. He went on Play Store and clicked. So I'm trying to download. They can't find the farm app. He said, these are all I can find. Data agricultural farmer. Okay, no, the person didn't type it well. FAM, the first FA, the first is not farm. It's not, there's no R. FAM. FARM. That's how you spell it. Farm. The first farm is FAM. The second farm is FARM. So it is farm app. I noticed what you searched for here was, yeah, so on Google Play Store, you check for that. Yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Israel. Yeah, any last words before we move to the lecturer?
Yeah, so every farmer out there, the primary goal is to build wealth rather than building debt itself. So that is just my final statement. And with farm, trust me, you can get a lot done. So all you just need to do is check the app out, and we are also available to getting feedbacks on how to improve or get the solution to do what exactly you look forward to achieving on the solution itself.
All right, thank you, Mr. Israel. Yeah, thank you. Please, let's we'll get to know when The next demo session is where you will come up with the app and we'll now test some features. Thank you so much for coming on today. I'll be handing over back to the moderator, Mr. Victor, who also happens to be our programs manager at GSAI. Mr. Victor, over to you to introduce Prof and hand over to him. I hope we have not eaten so much of his time today. Thank you, everybody, for coming to class early. Cheers.
All right, so thank you very much, Mr. Black. And of course, the Farm App executive team, we thank you for all you've done and all you're doing. So quickly, we are going to go to introduction of Prof. So the profile of Professor Lucius Joseph Bamayi. He was born on the 28th of August, 1961 in Mabashi, Etiap, in the present-day Zango Kata local government area. He attended the LEA Primary School, Mabushi, Government School, Secondary School, Kachia, and Castina College of Arts, Science, and Technology, Zaria. Then went on to the University of Maiduguri, where he obtained his Bachelor's in Science degree in Zoology. He attended Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he obtained his MSc and PhD in crop protection. He is a teacher and a seasoned agriculturist, specialized in agricultural pest management at the Department of Crop Protection, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he was promoted to the rank of professor in agricultural pest management in 2014. He has taught, supervised, and graduated many students at both undergraduate and postgraduate level. He has published his research findings in peer-reviewed journals, both locally and internationally. He has been involved in training of students and farmers across the length and breadth of Nigeria in areas of agriculture. He has held so many administrative positions, including undergraduate coordinator, faculty exam officer, officer in charge, irrigation research station, Talata Mafara Institute of Agriculture Research, ABU Zaria, departmental postgraduate coordinator, deputy dean, postgraduate Faculty of Agriculture, head of department, and currently the assistant director, Research Institute of Agricultural Research, ABU Zaria. He has also served at various university committees, including University Committee on Biotech Research, University Committee on Quality Assurance, member Center for Energy Research and Training Board, Postgraduate Board, and the member of Ahmadu Bello University Senate, Zaria. He's also the member of the professional body like Entomological Society of Nigeria, Agricultural Society of Nigeria, Nigerian Society of Plant Protection. He has been involved in a lot of community service, such as the infection control faculty fumigation at the British American Tobacco Company, Zaria, advisory service activities in Fadama 11 and Fadama 111 project farm in Kaduna State. He has served as the National Secretary of the National President of the Atiap Community Development Association. He has also served as the external examiner so many universities in Nigeria, also served on the NUC accreditation team of the University of Port Harcourt, River State. He has received so many awards and recognition. 2-time Itomel Award for the second best junior scientist in the Department of Crop Science, 2003. Ladies and gentlemen, if I continue reading all of this, we won't end here today. But I just wanted to let you understand that Prof is here with us today. Prof is here with us. Prof, sorry, I can't continue reading because if I continue reading, maybe we'll reach 7:30 and I'm reading through Prof's profile. So please, Professor Bamayi, with your digital hands, please welcome Professor Bamayi as he continues again with his second session for the week. Thank you very much, everyone. Prof, off to you, sir.
Thank you, Victor, and participants. I want to thank Mr. Israel for the brief. He actually has helped me in my own presentation. I want to apologize that I thought this meeting was starting 4 o'clock, and therefore by 5 will be ending. The second apology is that like you have heard from my profile, I am a crop protectionist, not an animal scientist. I came in to rescue this topic because post-harvest had been taken by somebody else, and therefore I'm going to attempt to handle this topic, which is disease prevention in livestock and crops. There are three sub focus that we are looking at: identifying signs of diseases in livestock and crops, vaccination and disease control programs, and then handling disease animals. Now, livestock are domesticated animals that are raised in agricultural settings to provide labor, like drone oxen, and then produce diversified products for consumption. Like you have meat, you have eggs, you have milk, you have manure, you have fur and leather, and then wool. These are all animal products. Now, these livestock may be large ruminants like cattle, small ruminants like sheep and goats, monogastrics, pigs and dogs, and then poultry. Now, this animal production, including livestock production, is aimed at improving it and increasing the population of the animals, and then also increasing the output per unit animal in terms of litter size, in terms of weight, in terms of amount of milk, and then eggs that you get from the animal you are rearing. Now, of course, in order to achieve this improvement, prevention and treatment of diseases must be complementary to other measures like adequate nutrition and good management practices. Now, preventing livestock disease is crucial for animal health and economic stability. If you protect your livestock from disease, it's crucial not only for the health of the animal, but also for securing your livelihood and ensuring the safety of the food supply chain. A lot of agricultural ventures we go into, like young people, are purely as an enterprise for profit. So if you must go into agriculture as a business, your livestock the health of your livestock is very, very paramount. Now, these livestock diseases, they vary from viral infections, like what you have, foot and mouth diseases, to bacterial infections such like brucellosis, and parasites like ticks that cause anaplasmosis. Preventing diseases in livestock is essential to avoid substantial economic losses, and it ensures animal welfare, and it safeguards public health by preventing zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases are the ones that can be transmitted from the animals to humans. So prevention of livestock disease is aimed at stopping the disease from getting to a herd or flock or group of animals. And prevention in this sense simply means avoidance of disease and control. Prevention means avoidance of the disease, while control refers to the reduction in the disease incidence or its prevalence when it is already on the animal. There is this aspect of disease management which is called eradication, that refers to complete removal of a disease from an area. And then hygiene is actually preventive medicine and therefore used to prevent diseases in livestock. We'll be looking at methods of prevention. We'll consider prevention, we'll consider control, and then we'll consider eradication, and lastly, use of nutrition and other aspects that will keep animals healthy. Now, the first method of prevention is quarantine, which is physical separation of the healthy animals from sick or new animals. The movement of items are restricted between the two groups of animals, that is the healthy and the sick or the new animals. So all new animals to be added to a farm, flock, or herd should be quarantined. They should be kept aside, tested or treated appropriately before introducing them into the farm. If you don't do that, your healthy animals can be infected by the strange sick animals that you are bringing into your herd. So where very strict quarantine is practiced, the herd is close to live animals. So if you quarantine your animals and there is a need for mating or crossing fertilization, you may practice artificial insemination so that you avoid bringing in strange animals that may be sick or carrying pathogens into your farm. The next method of control is vaccination. I mean, prevention is vaccination. Vaccination is used where exposure to a disease is likely.
Prof, please kindly unmute and continue. We can't hear you, Prof. You're muted. I just muted everybody because of the noise. Hello, Prof. There were interfering noises and I muted everybody. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can go on, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So I was talking about vaccination, that it is done to healthy animals to protect them from a potential infection. And the vaccination is based on the principle of the herd immunity and suppression of disease when individual animals are resistant. In other words, the vaccine is given to the animal to stimulate antibodies that will build up the immune system of the body to be able to fight pathogens, diseases that will get in. So developing a comprehensive vaccination schedule is essential. So when you have your animals, you come up with a schedule of vaccination. At what stage, at a particular stage, you give them a particular vaccine, So that's a schedule. And vaccination is actually a proactive step which significantly reduces the risk of infections spreading and safeguards the overall health of the animal. So vaccination should be done as close as possible to the period of greatest risk of the animals to the disease being vaccinated against. There are certain periods of the year when certain diseases are very common. And so when you are getting to that period of the year, you should prepare to give your animals a vaccine, because when the vaccine is administered close to the period of the outbreak of the infection, the vaccine becomes very, very useful. And ensure that vaccinations are not given during period of stress for the animals, because if you do that, it will affect their health. Now, some of the diseases that are commonly vaccinated against include rinderpest, anthrax, contagious bovine pneumonia. These are all in cattle. Then you have fowl typhoid, Newcastle disease, fowl pox in poultry, and then you have rabies in dogs, foot and mouth disease, and brucellosis in cattle. And then you have African swine in pigs. So all these are diseases that require vaccination. Now, the next method is control. Control are aimed at reducing the disease to a level that is tolerable or economically feasible. This is where the animals have already contracted the disease. So you need to control it. The goal for control are to decrease the prevalence of an existing disease, decrease the incidence of new infection, and decrease the morbidity and mortality. And it is achieved by identifying the infected animals or the herd, and then the method of control is administered. A major factor that contributes to successful disease control program is surveillance. That is, you are surveying and monitoring the behavior of your animals, and when you detect some strange behaviors in your animals that are looking abnormal from healthy animals, then you know that there is a problem, and therefore you need to come up with a method of control. So it is only through surveillance that the presence or absence of diseases can be confirmed. Another method of control is treatment. All infected animals are promptly treated with appropriate therapeutic agents. And this method depends on the availability of cheap and safe drugs. Use of broad-spectrum antibiotics and antihelminthic are useful in achieving mass treatment. When you have a broad-spectrum antibiotic, that is an antibiotic that is not specific, it can treat a wide range of pathogens, diseases. So such a broad-spectrum antibiotic is usually best for mass treatment of your animals. And the other method of control is sanitation. Proper hygiene practices that will ensure and maintain a clean environment where animals are housed must be practiced. Clean water and proper feeding troughs should be provided, as fecal contamination of feed and water are usually good sources of infection. I've gone into a lot of poultry houses, and you find the feeder is there, especially for chicks, where you have a tray. They go into the tray to eat. Their droppings are there, and it's mixed with the food, so they eat the food along with their droppings, so they can pick infections there. And sometimes the drinking can will also have the droppings of animals, so they are just circulating the diseases. So it is important to maintain a clean environment within your poultry or animal shed. Now, eradication is something that is a bit controversial from a pest control point of view. We do not desire to eradicate or eliminate a disease or a pathogen from a given area because its absence may allow a secondary disease to come up. But if you must do it, then things like the population, where you check your animals, the ones that are sick, use some testing equipment to establish that these animals are actually sick. The method is used normally when other means are not likely to achieve the desired result, like vaccination, the sanitation, the treatment. If they do not give you the desired result, then the disease in question may have some, and you think that the disease will have devastating consequences, then you go into eradication. And it is used completely to stamp out a disease. This requires that all animals or species concerned in a particular area or farm are killed. So this is the method of eradication. Some years ago, there was a farm along Kaduna Zaria Road where some ostriches were kept, and there was an outbreak of a poultry disease. The federal government ordered that all the ostriches in that farm be killed, and they were all shot with a gun. Now, usually when this is done, the government will normally pay compensation to whoever farm the animals have been eradicated. Now, the purpose of eradication is to safeguard a larger population of the animals. Now, additional strategies for effective livestock disease prevention includes regular health checks and monitoring. You need to perform health checks to detect any signs of illness in your animals early enough. You monitor your animals closely for symptoms like lethargy or abnormal behavior. Regular checkups help catch diseases before they can become widespread and ensuring quick and effective treatment. So regular health checks and monitoring are very, very important as far as livestock disease prevention is concerned. Another one is implementing biosecurity measures on the farm. Effective biosecurity measures are crucial to safeguard your livestock from diseases and ensure the ongoing health of your farm. Then controlling farm access. You limit access to your farm to minimize the risk of disease transmission. You don't allow just free access to other livestock or even humans. And that is why usually at the entrance of your farm, where even your staff, there's supposed to be an antiseptic at the entrance where you have a foot mat that has an antiseptic that anybody entering must match to disinfect his feet before going in. And there should be a space where the farm clothes are kept so that when somebody is coming, he goes into that place to change and wear the clothes to go into the farm with, and then keep his own clothes so that you restrict the flow of diseases. So establish the designated entry points and implement visitor logbooks to track potentially risky contacts. So that is controlling farm access. The other one is implementing quarantine procedures for new animals. So when new animals are coming into a farm, they are supposed to be kept in a secluded place for about 30 days to monitor for symptoms before integrating them into the existing herd. Now, if you don't do that, you will infect the whole of your livestock by introducing these new ones. So implementing quarantine procedures for new animals is very important, where they are kept and observed. When you are sure that they are not carrying any disease, then you can introduce them into the main herd. Then nutrition is very important as far as disease prevention is concerned. Even in humans, a well-nourished person tends to have a high level of immunity. So nutrition plays a pivotal role in bolstering the immune system of livestock, effectively aiding in disease prevention and overall health maintenance. So this is important. Your livestock should be well fed. And then nutritional requirements for different livestock. Every species of livestock has unique nutritional needs. Cattle require a balanced diet of fibers like hay and grains, while poultry benefits significantly from corn and soybean-based feed, rich in carbohydrate to provide energy, and then a protein source. So all these are important. So every group of animals have specific feed that are recommended for them. Even in poultry, different breeds of the poultry require different nutrition. For instance, if you have broilers, you know that they are supposed to grow fast, very fast, and give a good yield of meat. So they need food that is high in protein that will make them to grow very fast. If you are keeping layers, they need good protein food that will help them. The protein food should also contain a lot of calcium so that they can produce eggs with a good shell that will assist the eggs to form very well. Now, supplements are also added into livestock feed, the diets of livestock, to enhance their immune health, and also sometimes even the litter size. So you have supplements like selenium and vitamin E, which can boost the immune system of most livestock, helping the animals to fend off diseases more effectively. In other words, they are more tolerant. They'll be able to tolerate and withstand diseases. So these supplements are important for our livestock. Technological advances in livestock disease prevention. Building an effective traditional practices, technological innovations are revolutionizing how farmers manage and prevent livestock diseases. There are a lot of new techniques that are used in managing livestock, or even detecting diseases in the livestock early enough to prevent their spread and high economic loss. Importance of data analytics in predicting disease outbreaks. Now, before you can forecast or predict a disease outbreak, you must have analyzed a vast amount of farm data alongside weather predictive models, which can be used to forecast disease outbreak. For instance, you've been keeping data of your livestock, the weather situation, and you also have a knowledge of the biology of some of the pathogens that are causing these diseases. So all those data pulled together can help you to be able to predict a disease outbreak. And once you can predict a disease outbreak, then you should now get ready to protect your animals against such an outbreak, either by giving them vaccines or making their shed comfortable for them to be able to withstand a problem. Then training and education of farm workers. Your staff should be adequately trained. Some of them may not have any technical knowledge at the point of entry, but as they are working there, once there's an opportunity for training, you should allow them to have the training because it is important for your farm. So the more knowledgeable your staff are, the more successful you are likely to be in your livestock production. So proper training in disease prevention is key for farm workers to recognize and mitigate risk. Educating your team not only safeguards the animals, but also enhances overall farm productivity. Best practices for disease prevention education. Effective education involves regular workshops and practical demonstrations on biosecurity. Ensure your workers understand the protocols for sanitation and disease management. Now, just to emphasize on the importance of training your staff, it may cost you much to train them, but if you consider the risk you are likely going to have from an untrained staff, then you'll notice that there is no investment that is too much as far as training your staff and ensuring the health of your livestock is concerned. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Wow. Okay, so fellow participants, you will agree with me that I think it's at this moment we are going to award Prof another title as a Professor of Animal Scientist, because trust me, as a crop scientist, and this delivery is so much an excellent one. In fact, there is this a refreshing I'm just having. It was just like I'm inside one of those classes back then when I was still in my undergraduate. Thank you very much, Prof. We are grateful.
You're welcome.
An excellent delivery. Thank you very much, Prof. We are grateful for that. So quickly, without waste of time, we're going to go straight to the question because, like Prof have said, I think he has some engagement and would love to be off here in time. So quickly, I'm going to go to the first question, which is by Kende Ido. He says, Prof, in view of the fact that there are residues in egg, what should a poultry farmer whose diseased poultry layers What should a poultry farmer who diseased poultry layers that are still laying eggs do? Still, since the layers cannot be given veterinary drugs to avoid residue in eggs. Then the second question he also asks is, how do we maintain a balance between safety of lives and economic/profit interest?
Okay, I didn't get the first question very well. Can you repeat it?
Okay, he says, in view of the fact that there are residues in egg, what should a poultry farmers whose poultry layers that are still laying, I think what he's trying to say, they still have the tendency of producing egg that have residue inside. So since the layers cannot be given veterinary drugs to avoid this residue?
Okay. Well, I hope I got that very well, but for layers, if they've started laying and there's a fear of giving them a vaccine to for the risk of the residue of the vaccine in the egg, sometimes you may have to take the risk of either disposing of them, or you get the services of a veterinarian to advise you as to the best approach to handling the situation. For the second one, safety of life and the economic of the business. Both of them are important, but you know that human life is more important than whatever profit you think you are, whatever economic gains you think you are going to have. So if, of course, vaccinations are given by professionals, by specialists, not just by anybody. So I think that the person is asking the safety of the personnel and then the vaccination. If that is what he's asking, like I said, vaccination should be done by trained personnel with the safety of the staff being the primary concern before that of the animals. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
All right, so Prof, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I just unmuted. The second question by Mohammed says, does building or housing affect the disease management? Another question by Mohammed Saba said, is it true that tuberculosis can be contaminated from meat we buy from the market?
Okay. For the first question, housing is very, very important as far as disease management is concerned. You know, if your animal pen is not well constructed, first of all, in terms of ventilation, the temperature inside will be so high, and with a little moisture, very high relative humidity will build up. And those are the conditions that are very, very suitable for the development of diseases. So the housing is very, very important. And you should ensure that your pen is not leaking or water splashing inside, because that will make your farmhouse wet, which is not healthy for the animals. Yes, tuberculosis can be contracted from contaminated animals, from meat, from milk. So, and that is why the veterinary health unit is usually very, very serious at inspecting what animals that are slaughtered at the abattoir. So it is true that it can be contaminated from infected animal products. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Professor. So here's another question. Say, Prof, good evening. Please, can we categorize vaccination as a part of organic farming, and what are the negative impacts of vaccination? Then another question says, what are some practical steps a small-scale farmer can take to prevent the spread of disease in crops, especially when resources are or access to technology are limited?
Asking whether vaccination is organic farming. The vaccine usually is a live pathogen that the animal is exposed to, so that its immune system is improved to be able to fight and overcome the pathogen. And once it is able to overcome that pathogen, it gains a lot of immunity against anything, future disease, or that vaccine is supposed to fight. So it's to a large extent very safe. But whether it is organic farming or not, I am not very sure. Unless if usually the vaccines are made from live organism. I would have loved you to use the word biological agents instead of organic, because sometimes what people call organic is actually not organic. So the vaccine is developed from a live organism. Now, for crops, generally cultural practices are a lot cheaper that any peasant farmer can develop. Farm sanitation, for instance, where you clean, before you cultivate, you till your land, you clear the residue, burn them, because there might be some carryover pathogens from the previous year, so that are surviving on the stalks of your previous crop. So you gather them and then you burn them. So when you do that, that's the first stage of field sanitation. And then crop rotation, so that you don't harvest maize and plant maize on the same field, or you harvest cowpea, early season cowpea, and then you plant late season cowpea on the same field. There's going to be a build up of the pathogens on the second crop. So it is important that you practice crop rotation. The seed that you are going to plant, make sure that you dress them so that you offer them protection against pathogens. So these are cheaper ways that you can prevent diseases on your crop. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So we have two more questions in the chat box. After that, we are going to take two hands from the those who have their hands here. So the question here says by Muriana Khadijat. She said, "Thank you for the insightful session, Prof. My question is, can vaccination be excluded from layers while using organic measures for prevention? I also will want to ask if hypoactive ingredients can be used as an antiseptic for food bath."
Yes, for poultry, if you have other methods of preventing or treating the disease besides vaccination for layers, that would be very excellent. It's highly encouraged. And then the second question, sorry, can you repeat that, Victor?
Yeah, so I want to know if hypoactive ingredients can be used as an antiseptic for food bath.
Yes, hypo contains hydrogen hypochlorite, which is largely chlorine. And you know that chlorine is like an antiseptic. It's a cleanser, so it can be used for maintaining a clean environment within the farmhouse.
All right, so lastly, Hassan Mohammed says, can humans be infected through diseases in animals or crops?
Yes, you remember we are talking about zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases are the ones that can be contacted from animals or consuming animal products. The same thing happens with crops. Aflatoxin, for instance, you have aflatoxin in groundnuts, in maize, and most other cereals and legumes. So when you consume contaminated crops that contain these pathogens, you can be infected. They are carcinogenic. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much, Prof. Okay, so we are going to go straight to the those who raised their hand. So Ifeanyi Onyebo, right? I think I don't know if I pronounce that correctly. Please, Ifeanyi, unmute and ask your question. We have 3 people, and then after that, we are going to quickly appreciate Prof and Gezer. Thank you very much. So Ifeanyi. Ifan, you've been asked to mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, good.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Victor.
Thank you.
I'm Ifan. It is pronounced Onibo.
Okay, Onibo. Okay.
Thank you very much. I must commend Prof for this insightful session. It's really wonderful. I'm so happy to be part of it. So I actually have 3 questions. So the first one now is Prof, you talked about
Hello, Ifeanyi, please, where are you calling from?
okay, sorry, I'm joining from Imo State. I'm joining from Imo State. So
yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. So my first question is Prof, when you were talking about nutrition as one of the ways to maintaining a healthy livestock, you told us about giving them feed that are rich in protein. Now, I've experienced on numerous occasions where at certain point, let's take for instance the poultry, my poultry birds, at certain point where they get to find it difficult to walk around. So I don't actually know if it's because of the rate of feed intake or it's because there is something I heard about birds that when they are not exposed to sunlight, they may end up having disease called rickets. So I don't know if it's because of that. So I need clarity on that. If it's because of too much feed intake or maybe lack of exposure to sunlight. Then my last question is I've also experienced on numerous occasions where some livestock, some animals just get to die with no prior symptom of disease or signs. So I don't know what may be the cause of sudden death in livestock. Thank you very much.
Okay, the first one talking about nutrition and then having livestock, maybe poultry, having difficulty walking. You know that, yes, I talk about nutrition and protein. Generally, the feed that you give the livestock are compounded by nutritionists that will ensure that the feed is balanced in terms of nutrients. Difficulty in walking or rickets could be as a result of deficiency in the feed not having enough calcium. When there is calcium deficiency in the feed, it will affect the development of the bones. And because the livestock are eating enough food, they become so heavy that their legs cannot carry them. So it can result in that difficulty in walking or even collapsing. Animals dying without symptoms. Now, symptoms for diseases, the symptom is just expression of the presence of a disease. But sometimes the symptoms might be masked, especially when the animals are feeding very well. The body is trying to fight against the disease, and the disease overpowers the antibodies of the animal, and therefore the animal dies. So it is not every time that you find noticeable symptoms. I say noticeable symptoms because the symptoms might be masked. You may not be able to see them, especially in a large population of animals within a poultry house or a farmhouse. No, so it's not easy for you to see every animal at a closer range to be able to notice a symptom. So that's a possibility. Thank you.
All right, so thank you, Prof. So quickly, Musab Ibrahim.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we can
Hello.
hear you. Go on.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Victor. And then, Prof, good evening. I think this is the most wonderful virtual lecture that I have had. So my question is go like that. We are dealing with animals. I'm calling from Yobe State. So we are dealing with animals. The issue of tuberculosis is so rampant in our area. I don't know whether in some areas across the state is happening. So this tuberculosis, in some literature I saw that it is very tedious to at least prevent your flock from coming down with that issue of tuberculosis. So I don't know whether the Prof can even give us the measures that we can at least bury our farms, protect that, or adhering to some biosecurity this control that we can at least protect our flocks from coming down with this issue. You know, people are coming down now with this tuberculosis due to we are eating the GIT of the animals. So I don't know whether the Prof can even give us some emphasis.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, for tuberculosis, I would strongly advise that you seek the services of a veterinary doctor. You know, tuberculosis is caused by a bacteria, and it is best that a veterinarian visit your farm, take samples from the animal, either blood samples or swabs, and identify exactly the strain of the organism causing the disease, and then come up with the appropriate treatment. So please, once you notice it is tuberculosis, please consult a veterinary doctor immediately. Thank you. It's not something you should try to administer this, try and error. No, get the services of a veterinary doctor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. So we'll go next to Oboho Musa Lucky. You've been asked to mute.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good
Please,
evening.
you are joining us from.
Good evening. I want to, first of all, appreciate our Prof, Professor Bamayi, for the timely lecture. Very, very educative. Please, Prof, I want to ask, in respect to method of prevention when it comes to spread of diseases, when introducing an animal to a farm, you said that the animals should be quarantined before being introduced to the rest of the flocks. Now, Prof, for how long, like how many hours or days could such animal be quarantined before it can be allowed to join the rest of the flocks in the farm?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so please, for where are you joining?
Okay. Go ahead,
Hello.
Victor.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky, where are you joining us from? Quickly, please.
Yes, I'm joining from Delta State, Warri.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, Prof, you can go on, sir. Thank you. Sorry.
Yes, for large ruminants and small ruminants, cattle, goats, and sheep, it is best to quarantine them for 30 days because within 30 days, whatever disease that is present in them will manifest within that period. For poultry, maybe for 7 days, you can quarantine them. But during this period of quarantine, you should be very, very vigilant to watch out for any disease symptoms in the animals. So it is important that you observe these periods before introducing them into your herd. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much. So we're going to unmute Asebe Nekrekadong. Asebe Nekrekadong. I hope I pronounced that well. Asebe, you come on mute.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, Prof. Bamayi, for such an educative session. My question goes like this: for poultry farm, I had a case of recent. I don't know how often should one vaccinate or possibly antibiotic or administer antibiotics for poultry, because I had some in my house. So the frequent antibiotic or maybe vaccination, the period to do that. Then secondly, there's a case of some poultry mortality. One was infected, and then trying to give them medicine altogether, and then they all got infected and they died. So I don't know what other best information or maybe an advice can Prof give in terms of this, because one got infected and then in place of giving them drugs and then all of them just died. So I don't know the period for vaccination, how often, and then if one is infected, what should one do? Thank you, sir.
So please, where are you joining us from quickly?
From Nasarawa State, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So,
okay, in livestock, there is something called culling. Culling means removing the sick animal from the whole lot. But for certain diseases, as soon as you notice the symptoms in one, more than 50% of them are likely to have been infected. So if when you are supposed to give them vaccination, you don't give them, and then you start noticing the symptoms before vaccination, it is not right. Vaccination is usually given in anticipation, not when the disease is already manifesting. So once the disease manifests, it's like almost very late to do anything. Even antibiotics may not work. That is why I was talking about regular health check and monitoring, and also engage the services of a veterinarian, so that the veterinarian comes once in a while to look at your animals, and also the vaccination schedule, because the veterinarians know exactly when animals should be given. For instance, in poultry, when you bring day-old chicks, there are vaccinations that are given at hatching, and there are those that are to be given after 1 week. So the veterinarian will know the schedule, a correct period for every type of vaccination. So please consult the veterinarian to tell you when to give the vaccination. Like I said, vaccination is supposed to protect. But once the disease is already there, then it is no longer vaccination, it is treatment. So when the animals are already diseased and you are administering vaccination, definitely they will die. Thank you.
all right, thank you so much, Prof. So the next person will be Akinjola Solomon. Please tell us where you are joining us from, and let's go on. After that, we'll have one more person, and then Akinjola Solomon, you've been asked to unmute. Okay, so if Akinjola is not available, please, Vivian Okolo.
Okay, good evening, Prof. And good evening, everyone. Okay, it's Okolo Vivian. I'm calling from Enugu. Okay. Hello.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, sir. So, sir, please, I wanted to know. Most times, I'm a poultry farmer. So sometimes I get to the farm and I discover that some of my feed had been eaten by either rats or cats. So I don't know, is it advisable for me to just scoop out the part I feel that was affected? Is it possible that infestation or diseases could have also been passed if the pest if the rats, yes, that ate it had a disease?
Yeah, rats and other rodents are vectors. They are, what that means is they are carriers of diseases. So if your feed for your poultry is being eaten by rats, they are likely to have transferred some disease pathogens into your feed, which your livestock will eat and pick up that disease. So it is important that your poultry, your feed store is well protected, and you can have a cat within the feed store, not the poultry. You can have a cat within the store where you are keeping your feed, because cats are best in managing rodents than any chemical that you apply. More so, if you apply the chemical to kill the rodents within your feed store, it can contaminate your feed. So you try by all means to avoid rats getting access to the feed of your livestock, your birds, because these rats can transmit diseases through the feed to your poultry. Thank you.
All right, so finally, we are going to ask George Godson. George Godson.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir, Prof. Thank you for the enlightenment so far. I've done really appreciate. My name is George Dodson, coming from Adamawa State. So, sir, my questions are actually, I have two different questions. So the first one is, sir, I want to know why sometimes in livestock, most especially when it comes to ruminant production, you tend to see a recurrence of hypocalcemia in cases of ruminants. And then I want to know if is it due to a deficiency in their feet? Most especially, for instance, now you actually gave a well-balanced feed, and then you now see a occurrence of hypocalcemia within the livestock. So I want to know if there are other alternatives to mitigate such reoccurrence apart from the usual one we know, like in terms of adding, like bringing in additives into the feed, such as that is calcium additives and so on and so forth. Then secondly, sir, maybe I would like you to recommend like a good antiseptics in like, that can be used in poultry farming that will not have any adverse effects thereafter if used, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't know, maybe you are a veterinary doctor to have known that there is hypoglycemia in your ruminants, because just looking at them, it's difficult to know whether they have hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is low blood glucose. So it's either your feed is deficient in carbohydrate that is converted into glucose at the end of the day, or the feed conversion ratio by the animal is very poor. So their feed contains enough carbohydrate, but their ability to convert it, digest it, to be able to get the glucose might be responsible for the hypoglycemia that you notice. So there are two possibilities. Either the feed is deficient in carbohydrate, or it is rich in carbohydrate, but the feed conversion ratio is very, very low and very poor. So there's a possibility of them having that hypoglycemia. So in that case, you require the services of a veterinarian to find out what exactly is causing the hypoglycemia. And then you talked about antiseptic for animals. I suppose you are talking of antiseptic for the animal shed. If that's what you're talking of course, we've talked about chlorine. There are other antibiotics that are milder, which will not affect the livestock. If you go to any veterinary shop and you ask them for an antiseptic for your animal shed, they'll give you the best one for your poultry or your farmhouse. It's difficult to recommend to you any, because I'm not a veterinarian. So veterinarians will best recommend suitable antiseptic for your farmhouse. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much, Prof. That's wow. I believe our participants will believe me that they will not agree when Prof was telling them that he's not an animal scientist, because this presentation is just purely from one that you can say that this is definitely a practicing, but again, it's Prof. Yeah, so we appreciate you so much, sir. We are really, really grateful. So we are going to give an opportunity for two of our participants to come up and appreciate Prof. So quickly, I would unmute Ruben Kadon to come up, tell us where you are joining us from, and then give an appreciation to Prof. Thank you. Ruben Kadon, you've been asked to mute. Okay, so if Ruben Kadon is not available there, so let's go to Ishaku Joseph Yaro, please. Unmute and appreciate Prof on our behalf.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, it's really an opportunity and a privilege to kind of given an time to appreciate Prof. Prof, I really want to say thank you personally, because there's a lot I've learned today. And also, I want to thank you on behalf of all these participants. We are really happy today. I can see that everybody is commenting right, and many people are saying a lot. So we really learned a lot. And we are also saying thank you for GASI. We really appreciate everything. Thank you. I'm calling from Gombe State. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Ruben Kadon, are you still there? All right, so Badiru Suraju, please, can you quickly tell us where you are joining us from and also appreciate Prof? Okay, so Abdul Karim Shitu, please do us the favor by appreciating Prof. I think some others are not finding.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Good evening, everyone. My name is Abdul Karim Shitu of Ghana State, Nigeria. I'm very happy to share my appreciation and wonderful thanks to the Prof that she got time to attend and present this wonderful lecture to us. I really remember a lot of things that I have learned during my industrial training at the National Animal Product Research Institute in Zaria, if I can remember, around 2017. So thank you very much, Prof. We really appreciate. Thank you. I wish you success in your future endeavor, and all the other facilitators that have done. It's a great privilege to me that I have allowed to unmute and speak in this great occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Daniel Black.
All right, so thank you very much. Quickly, we'll have a lady come up. Esther, please, can you unmute? I also appreciate Prof.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Eligu Esther. I'm calling from Kaduna State. I want to say a very big thank you to Prof for this impactful section. It was indeed packed and I learned so much. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
All right.
The participant from Kaduna State, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure, Victor, you are happy. Somebody from Kaduna State, isn't it?
Exactly. From different states. I'm really happy to be here for the Kaduna State. All right. So thank you very much. Very much. Thank you to our dear participants. Sorry, we can't take all the questions, and Prof has even stayed more than the 1 hour he was supposed to stay. So, Prof, we really appreciate their grateful on behalf of the management team of GSA. I want to very big thank you for a week with us and an impactful week at that. We say a very big thank you, and of course, we are for us, and we are grateful on behalf of all the participants of the management team. We say thank you, Prof. So, our beloved. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Daniel Black. Mr. Daniel Black. Are here? Is Mr. Daniel Black on the call?
Yes, I am on the call, and thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go on, sir.
All right, thank you, Prof. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank you enough for the sacrifice, for coming around, and for volunteering to train these young farmers in farm food safety. We are very hopeful that by the end of this training, that we will have more farmers that are producing safe and healthy food, both for export and local consumption. I just want to run through some and to the participants, for those of you that have been dogged enough, there are those of you that have been here from the start, you have not missed one class. There will be no attendance today. We are not dropping any attendance. It is an attendance-free day for everybody. So I know at the moment I've announced that now, so many people start logging off. So today is attendance-free day for everybody. And because it's the last day of the month. So since we are not seeing tomorrow, this is us saying Happy New Month to you all. By tomorrow. Some of you did not know that the month has ended. So this is a happy new month to you. Some people still came to my DM to ask about the certificates. Yes, you can still pay the subsidized fee for the certificate. Remember, this training is 100% free. Profs are going to be dropped in the WhatsApp group for everybody. But should you want a training certificate, you pay the subsidized fee of just 5,000 naira between now and the end of this training, and you will get your e-certificate sent to you after the training. And then the condition is you must attend at least 50% of the classes. So other than that, it's the certificate request is very optional, and the instruction is in the WhatsApp group. Other than that, thank you so much, everybody, for being part of this. I'll hand over back to Victor. Victor, you can take this class to an end.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Black. And again, thank you again, Prof, for this session. So ladies and gentlemen, the next class will be on Tuesday, and we'll be having Professor Ibrahim Abbas Sadengi.
Sorry, Victor.
Okay.
Hello, Victor.
Yes, you can go on, Mr. Black.
Hello, Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So before we go, we started with our partner, and before we go, I think I'd like him to say maybe one or two things especially for those that were not on the call when he was here. So we'll just give him 3 minutes to just do a goodwill message from Farm app. Miss Israel, if you're still on the call, you can just take 3 to 5 minutes to do a goodwill message from Farm app, and very maybe quick overview of the Farm app for those that were not on the call when you came. Miss Israel, are you on the call? Okay. What is YWS? Miss Israel dropped a message for everyone. YWS, you welcome and something. So, okay. Oh, he can't unmute. Oh, let me unmute you. Okay, yes, I remember that. Israel. Okay. Yeah, please, you can unmute, and you've been asked to unmute. Mr. Israel, you can unmute now and speak briefly so before we close up the class.
Oh, yeah. So I've been able to, yeah, I don't know if everyone can hear me clearly. Yeah. So, yeah,
Yes, we can hear you.
Thanks once again for this opportunity. And trust me, most of all the things that have actually been captured by Prof. That
Hello, Mr.
is,
Israel, are you speaking?
yeah. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
I
hear
don't know
you.
if it's clear.
Yes, it is. Please go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, excuse me. One of the
Hello,
key
Victor,
things.
can you hear me? It's from my ends. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you. We can hear you, Mr. Black. If you can't hear us, I think it's your network, but we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes,
I can
go on,
hear
go
you
on.
anyway.
You
Yeah.
can go on.
So okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. So once again, the primary thing that farm helps farmers with is keeping track of activities that goes on the farm. Most especially if you want to give your let's say your livestock, your poultry beds, or even when it comes to crop management itself, you want to know when a particular vaccination was carried out on the farm. You want to keep track of the mortality rate, just to confirm that okay, you are still in line when it comes to making profits off your farm itself. Farm product is able to help in keeping track of all these activities, just to ensure you are maximizing the potential of your investment on the farm itself. So I definitely know that this product will be a valuable use for every intended or every newbie to farming itself, because there are also guides that can help farmers in making decisions, be it the broiler or the layer, or those that are looking forward to exploring the cattle, or any, just make mention of any area or category of farming itself. Farm products will definitely give you what is expected to be done and guiding you from production to sales. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone make use of the platform, and also feedbacks are also welcome.
All right, so perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Israel. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, you can go to the Apple Play Store, and of course from your Google, and quickly search farm. So the farm is FAM. Yeah, good. So then app. So it's not like farm and farm, yeah, like the FARM, but farm. I believe is the slang FAM farm and FARM farm app. So quickly you can go and download it. Just go through it, and then of course when they come next time, we're going to explore that app and see how we can take advantage of it. Thank you very much once again to all our participants, our sponsor, and of course, Prof. We are really grateful. And to all of the participants, we want to tell you that congratulations for coming, for ensuring that you stayed so far till this very moment. This is class 6. So of course, you've started. Don't give up. Let's go on to the very end. Let's reach the very end, and we all are going to benefit. And of course, be grateful for this training. Thank you very much. Again, I will say our next lecture is post-harvest by Professor Ibrahim Abbas Sudengi. So I will ask you all to all brace yourself and avail yourself for class on Tuesday. Thank you, and we are all grateful, and you all have a great week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.